Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Y'all, I'm not sure why my videos for today, I'm doing a voiceover. I don't know what I'm going to have going on tomorrow, but God is directing me to go ahead and record this video along with the other one that I recorded earlier this evening. The scripture that God sent me to comes from Mark 5. They went across the lake to the region of Gerasenes. When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an impure spirit came from the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain, for he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." For Jesus said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." And he begged Jesus again and again not to send him out of the area. So here's the message for someone. Understand that you may have to deal with meeting people with impure spirits. You may have to deal with coming in contact with impure spirits. You may have to, and this could be a situation where you are literally, regardless if this is somebody that you meet in the comings and goings, like somebody you may go to school with this person, you may work with this person, you may see this person on social media, and you may think to yourself, that you may think a certain way about this person, but God is saying that you have to be careful. And God is also saying that it's not a situation where you yourself are going to have to, you shouldn't have to feel like you need to attack them. You shouldn't feel like you have to go after them. Even if you see someone, just like the example that God has given me, okay, where it is someone that is thinking of God or Christianity as being an aesthetic. In some cases, this could be this person's perception of Christianity. And it may not even be the whole situation where they are just getting into Christianity as a bid. It could be a situation where they really are interested in being saved. Maybe they really do want to be saved. Maybe they saw something that scared them. Maybe they were around some people that spooked them and they really do want God to save them. And God is saying, stay out of it. He got this. God is saying he himself will save them. He himself will, he got that. And, like I said, regardless if this is somebody you go to school with, you work with them, this could be a family member, this could be somebody that you see on social media, regardless of who this person is, God is saying you stay out of his way. So this is basically God saying, first of all, don't put yourself in a position to where you are going off on this person and you're telling them what they can and cannot do and what they should and should not do when it comes down to them putting forth effort to praise God and to glorify God. Because as someone, when I was getting into cleaning and organizing, I myself, I can't stand. I started sharing it on social media. It was something that I was excited about. So, while it's not right for them to try to make you feel as though you're doing something wrong, and that is a guarantee. you also should not try to make them feel like they are doing anything wrong, because God is saying that He Himself is working with them. He Himself is doing a work within them. Don't put yourself in a position to where you are being mean to someone that God is trying to save. And I like, and I'm coming and I'm saying this, and it could be like, I know there's probably some people that feel that way about me, that feel like I'm just not perfect. Just like I said at the beginning of the videos, people that attack me about my nails, attack me about my hair, attack me about this, attack me about that, and they don't even know me. Don't know nothing about me. Don't know nothing about what I've been through. Don't know nothing about my life. Don't know nothing about my day-to-day life. Don't know nothing about me, period, 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 period. Like, look, y'all don't even understand the kind of life that I have lived to even try to tell me something about these nails that don't mean nothing. And I'm saying that to say, some people be like, okay, it's fine. You lived your perfect life and you were raised by perfect parents, and your parents ensured you had a perfect upbringing, and you went to the perfect schools, and you had the perfect job, and then you got married to the perfect person, and y'all had the perfect children, and you ain't have no problems in your life. And that is wonderful. That is beautiful. But that does not mean that you have the right to come to people that have had some problems in their life, that have had some things going on in their life, and you need to look down upon them, and you need to feel some kind of way about them, and that now all of a sudden you have the authority to look down on somebody else and tell them what they should and should not be doing, when they are in fact trying to praise and glorify God. And this is a problem in the Christian community, when people see someone that is trying to give their life to God, and instead of encouraging them to give their life to God, they try to shame them and make them feel as though God would not love them, and God would not accept them, and God does not want them. God is saying, get out of His way. Get out of His way. Don't put yourself in His way when it comes to Him saving His children. When it comes to Him collecting His children, don't you find yourself in His way. And it's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing that you had your perfect life. Now don't put yourself in His way. And that's the message. God is saying, don't do that. Don't do that. And yes, not like, don't put yourself in a way in either way. Don't put yourself in a way to where you are looking down upon anybody else and trying to tell them what they should and should not do in any in any situation, in any shape, form, or fashion. Don't do that. God said He got that. Okay, just like in the scripture, it was Jesus who saved this man. Jesus is the one that came and saved this man from the spirits that were overtaking him. And I feel like this part is important, because sometimes we as men, we as people, we as human beings, the things that we see as a problem with someone, Jesus Himself would stand in front of that person and be like, why are you complaining about that? Why are you upset about that? When you even watch the show The Chosen, okay, the Pharisees would pick and nibble at little things about people that Jesus Himself would be like, there's nothing wrong with that. And I just feel like there are some people that are walking this earth right now that pick and they nitpick and they harass people about things that God is not even upset about. They harass people about things that God is not worried about. And to harass someone about something so small as their hair, the color clothes they have on, or the kind of clothes they have on, or their nails, or something so small, versus somebody else who is deliberately going out and trying to take somebody's life, is ridiculous. To mess with someone about How dare they have a sip of wine versus someone who is literally going out of their way to, molest somebody? Like, come on now. You are concerned with someone who decided to put on shorts because it's hot today, but you are ignoring the person that robs your neighbor. I just feel like God is saying that there are some people that are really like stressing themselves and worrying themselves about what other people are doing. And in reality, God says that He is the just judge. And He is the one that knows what someone's intentions are. And He knows where if someone's intentions are just because they want to wear their hair and their nails that way because it makes them feel pretty, or if they're doing it because they want attention, versus like a person who would may be feeling a certain kind of way about it, regardless if it's male or female. I'm being reminded of this movie that I saw where a lot of women were being very judgmental of this other woman just simply because her husband was not with her. And she was married. And they literally beat and tortured this woman because they assumed that she was trying to gain the attraction of their husbands, and she was not. So just because you perceive someone to be a certain way does not mean that is the truth. And it is not right for you to just assume that someone is doing something for a certain reason. And someone is doing something for some kind of, like, I just feel like God is saying, stay out of it. And mind your own business. Like, that is literally the message in this. Like, God is saying, mind your own business. He got this. He don't need you trying to tell him what he should do when it comes to his children. And everybody's story is different. There's a difference between somebody that has been raised up in Christianity and somebody that did not find God until they were an adult. Okay. And someone that found God as an adult obviously is not going to have the same values as someone that found God as a child. Even someone that found God as a child, like you both found God as a child and one person lost their way, the other person stayed on the straight and narrow. These people are going to have different perspectives. So I just feel like God is saying everybody's story is different. Don't feel like you can sit around and compare what you would wear your nails like and what outfits you would wear and where you would go and how you speak and how you do things is going to be able to be compared to somebody else. No, you're not going to be able to do that because everybody's life is not perfect. Everybody doesn't have perfect parents and everybody doesn't have the perfect upbringing, and no, everybody doesn't have the perfect the crowd to be around. There are some people that God calls them and they have their entire family that is very celebrant about this, and they have their church is happy for them, and they have all of these people that are very excited for them. And then there are some people, they are called by God and everybody looks at them as if they are crazy. They don't accept it. They are angry about it. They make them feel shameful and they make them feel as though they should not be doing what God has called them to do. And God is basically saying at this time, if you don't sit down, okay, and don't put yourself in a position to where you are going against God because you are looking at someone and assuming just because they don't look the way you look, that it is impossible that God has called them. You're going to find yourself going against God. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.